Tell us about your beginning in music.
7 years old, I started to play the bongo drums. That was my first sort of, Dad, get me some bongo drums. I thought I wanted to be one of those hippies in a coffee shop playing my bongos and reciting poetry. And I ended up doing all of it. Anyway, I played in his trio. He used to let me come and play with him sometimes. Then I went to percussion. So I was first chair in the orchestra in school. So that means I won the test when they test you
Mhm.
for how good you are. And the boys didn't like it, but that's me. Um, I've stayed that way my whole life. And then I went to classical piano, which I read and write. I can play. I've got a very nice touch on piano. I can do Beethoven, Bach, whatever you want. Then we started a band, and everybody picked it, an all-girl band. Everybody picked an instrument. Nobody wanted the bass. So it was given to me, which is fine. And my dad was a musician all his life. There's 5 kids in the family, 4 girls, 1 boy, and we all play at least three instruments each. So it wasn't strange. I went to my dad and I said, Dad, Patty and me are starting an all-girl band. He said, good. He didn't argue. And Dad, I'm going to play bass. Do you have one? He said, sure. And he gave me for my first bass. And I've seen musicians want to hit me when I tell them. You see them do that. They don't do it, but they would like to. My first bass that I got given to learn on, and I kept 1957 Fender Precision. It's the Rolls Royce of bass guitars.
Uh-huh. How does it feel to have, even today, songs that are true classics, songs that touch the heart of the people? What it means to you?
Well, all my life, I'm doing what I'm doing. I always knew I would go into the arts, although psychology called me. But I mean, I've acted, I've been radio for 15 years, I've done my own talk show. I've gigged now for 61 years, 55 million records sold, still releasing new material that is charting. In fact, I'm working on a new album right now, my next solo album. It feels like the feeling that I had very young was the correct feeling. I knew what I had to do with my life. I knew it. From 7 years old, doing our family shows and the room stopping to watch me,
Wow.
knowing I had something that made people watch. So you get it, even as a little girl. And then at 14, that first band standing on stage for the first time with my bass, and I said to myself, I said, I'm home. That kind of says it all.
I can feel it.
Absolutely. It means a lot to me. I never run out of inspiration. I'm always writing new songs. Actually, at the end of my show, I do a 2 hour show now with an interval. So I take you on the journey, all the way through the journey. I play a little bit of drums. I do a song at the piano. I do an 8 minute bass solo, which is
Whoa.
very technically difficult. I challenge bass players to do it. It's not an easy solo. It's been years in development, and it's never boring. There's a lot of stuff in it, so you actually enjoy a bass solo for once. But at the end of the show, after I've done all the rock and roll and the hits and the album tracks and taking you on the journey, I will sit on a stool in the center stage with just the piano playing, and I sing Desperado by the Eagles, and every time a tear comes down.
Mhm.
And that is life, isn't it?